You're tuned into the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at bringingdowntheband.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 152 of the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. I make incredible beats that are reasonably priced. And they're still good. They're getting better as I get older somehow. I don't know how, but I'm a bad boy. My man Lonegevity.
Long ass fucking intro about your beats.
Come on, man.
If you say so.
I'm good at what I do, man. I'm good at what I do. My man Lonegevity is across the table.
What's up?
How are you, sir? Ableton teacher at 𝗏𝗏, super producer. I call him as well. Founder of bringingdowntheband.com. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Mike. How are you?
Good. Good to see you as always.
You too.
Across the table, fresh to death. Rocking the No Bad Ideas joint. I see you. Product placement. I see you. DJ, founder of Printfinity, and also one of the earliest contributors to Bringing Down the Band. My man, DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
What's good, son?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Can't complain, man. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's good.
I like the Pacers cap, man. That's,
Well, you know.
that's solid.
We grew up on the Pacers. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to
Definitely.
Vern Fleming, them, LaSalle Thompson.
Nah, shout out to our
else?
homie Jesse.
Yeah, shout out to the homie
Tobar.
Jesse. He
Pacers over everything, my guy.
Yeah, he loves to hate on Indianapolis. But I don't know why, because he's had some great times here.
He wanted that shout out too, so we just gonna get it out the way
Yeah,
early.
stay hating on that. That's my guy, though. He always supported the podcast, so we
Yeah,
appreciate you,
indeed,
Jay.
indeed.
And to my immediate left, former radio personality, master of ceremonies, and the voice of Indianapolis, the one and only Jay Moore. How are you, sir?
Getting it the way I can. You know, either barbecue or mildew. You know how we do.
I feel you. That's old school wisdom right there. It's old school wisdom. I watched your movie this weekend, by the way.
Which one was that?
Let's see. Let's do it again. I did watch
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So you were, Kansas City Mac definitely reminds me of you because, Biggie Smalls was acting up. I'm talking about the young dude trying to come in, and you shut that down for the most part. So he reminds me of you, sir.
I remember, what's the other one? It was Let's Do It Again.
Uptown Saturday Night.
Uptown Saturday Night.
I hope I didn't get him confused because Let's Do It Again is Booty Farnsworth and Hypnotizing and all that. So get your 70s game up. That's Sidney Poitier. That's a good movie.
Portier and...
It's Portois.
Stop, man.
All the movies your daddy put you up on.
Yeah, them throwback.
Yeah.
You catch them on the reruns when you're younger, and you like, oh, this is what it was like. I'm talking about. Drip was different, as the kids say. Drip was different.
Yeah. They call me Sam Snead, the ladies' man. Remember that shit?
Come on, man. Shout out to the Staple Singers too. They actually scored. Let's Do It Again. So if you don't know about the Staple Singers. I'm tripping. I'm thinking basketball. I'm thinking all that.
You thinking
Don't look
store?
them up, man. Yeah. Shout out to Staples, but they need to send us a check for that. All right.
We're not getting a check from Staples.
We not. At this point, it's a wrap for that. Let's see. Before we get into the rundown, does anybody have anything interesting or crazy or outside the norm that happened this past week? Anything random?
Don't think so.
Nothing? Nothing from you. Nothing crazy.
Something random?
Just random, something stupid. You
Is this a new segment?
Just asking. Just throwing something out there,
Caught me off guard with the...
I'm just asking. You know what I'm talking about? I see stupid people at work. When I go to work, they do stupid stuff. So
I mean, that's everyday life.
Okay, fair
In
enough.
corporate America, you know.
I see some dumb stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see people out here still riding for 45 after making a mistake, vouching for him for so long. I run into those daily, but we ain't going to talk about that.
They don't think they made a mistake. I got a question for you guys.
Yes.
It's based on the educational system in school buses.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
All right, so I was driving into 𝗏𝗏 the other day. Actually, it was last Friday.
Okay.
And I'm pulling up. It's like off Guilford over here. And so I'm pulling up, and I see this bus just sitting there. I'm like, all right.
Short or long?
Long bus.
See?
Okay. Cool.
See?
But there's
makes
no
a
lights
difference.
on. There's no lights on. But I'm like, all right, it's probably going to come on when I get closer. And it does. Stop sign comes up. I stop, wait, even though I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
Wait. Help this kid off the bus, whatever. Looks like he's middle school, whatever.
You helped him off the bus?
Nah, his dad did.
Okay.
Shout out to the good fathers.
And so they get off the bus, they wave, whatever, and then they walk towards the back of the bus on the sidewalk on that side.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. They put their little stop sign down.
Yep.
The bus does. And so I creep forward slowly. Although I thought I saw the dad cross behind the bus when I was pulling up, so I went slow just in case. And so as I get to the edge, I see them crossing behind the bus.
Okay.
And so I stop, but he's like waving his finger at me like I'm doing something wrong. And I was like, the stop sign was up. And then he's like cursing, whatever, and walks over to the side of the sidewalk. And so I pull up next to him. I said, you should probably cross in front of the bus. And then I drove off.
Hold on, so he
I like that. I like
he
that.
went behind the bus rather than
Yes.
going in front of the bus that has the big arm that comes out.
Huge
Right.
arm that comes out.
Well, there was no arm. But,
okay.
but
Join
there
on
is,
the
but
side.
there's, but
Stop
there's,
sign.
there's a
Stop
stop
sign
sign, right?
comes
on.
So,
Okay.
so the bus pulled the stop sign up, and I was like, I guess it's good to go, right? So
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
technically.
what's a stop sign?
Wonder
So was
why-
I in the wrong? I mean, he tried to
No.
cuss me out. I almost told him that he was being a great role model, but I didn't.
I mean, as long as you didn't peel off, because I have this bad, like straight up.
Yeah.
I don't like being in a residential district
Okay.
and I see people going fast when you know there are kids in this neighborhood
Right.
and people are bending corners all crazy and shit.
Yeah.
Shit pisses me off,
Yeah.
especially since I have a child on the way.
You do.
It's really starting to irk me now.
It's not safe.
Yeah, it's not. It's unnecessary.
Facts.
So I mean, but under your situation, if they lifted that stop sign up or closed it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you had every right away to go forward.
I just see it seemed. I don't know. To me, I started thinking about it. I was like, am I doing this wrong?
He actually lucky that you are a good driver and actually wanted, was paying attention, because once he chose to walk behind the bus, it's
Nothing
like,
about that was safe. Like he popped out of nowhere.
Like-
So, anyways,
Yeah.
Or you
That-
could have
that's
taught
the
him a
most
lesson
random.
in front of his son.
Could
I
have.
thought about it. I thought about just accidentally jumping on the sidewalk and hitting him.
Yeah.
No, I didn't actually.
That would have drove the point. That would have drove the point home.
Yeah,
That'd have made the news.
On some Grand Theft Auto.
That'd have made the news.
He
I
definitely
would have just hit the dad, not the kid.
Yeah, but
Yep, you would have missed a few episodes, brother, on that one.
Well, I didn't. So
No, we would
here we
have
are.
too because we recorded your house.
we done had
100%.
another reason to have a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So we got the boots and Bill.
Yeah, the Tims, and then to get him out of jail.
Keep me out of jail for when I hit somebody.
Yeah.
Them 6-inch wheats on the way, though. We're going to get that done.
How's
all right.
that for your story? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking
That was
for.
random.
That was random. All right, Jay Moore, you don't have nothing random, do you?
No.
Okay, cool. That was good enough. All right, so let's jump into the rundown. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
So, Tekashi 6ix9ine has been in the news. Obviously.
Here we go.
Has he? I haven't heard
for
anything
that
about
foolishness. He's been out there talking and doing a
Let me pull a
bunch of talking.
Spoolz real quick.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to the homie DJ Spoolz too. He's away for this episode, but we appreciate you as always, brother. Yeah, so he's been out there doing some talking and testifying and singing, as I see online, and
I don't know what's real and what's not at this point.
I never
Whistling.
do. Whistling,
He
that's old
definitely
school.
whistle
He
blowing.
definitely whistle blowing. I think Nicki's been mentioned. His driver actually testified. Jim Jones has been mentioned. Triple
Cardi.
Red
Saying
was
Jim
mentioned.
Jones got paperwork, but I don't know if that's true.
I don't know, man. They definitely got a good clear audio of him talking.
I ain't catch that.
Cardi
Yeah, I
B
heard
as
that.
well.
Actually, that Cardi B was not mentioned.
Oh, did somebody bring her
See,
up?
that's-
Is that what it
just-
was?
That's just how.
So I couldn't tell what's real or what
yeah,
wasn't.
exactly.
Good point. Yeah.
So,
Well, that's how they, the media gonna spin it. But maybe he didn't mention her.
I know
guess.
where else-
but the
Wal-
fact that Cardi responded made it into a thing.
Oh, I see.
Fair enough.
Where's
Okay.
Waldo? He was mentioned.
Was he mentioned? Yeah.
He
Who else he told?
Carmen
on?
San Diego was mentioned.
Yeah.
Probably told
He
on.
also-
man.
Bush's baked beans, secret
Yeah.
recipe.
He told everybody that Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
See,
Told on Stacy from The Wood.
The Wood.
Yeah.
Did he tell on what's Jada Pinkett's character in Set It Off? Did he tell on any of the girls from Set It Off? Cleo,
I mean,
maybe.
they had that case kind of wrapped up.
Okay.
They knew exactly.
Oh,
what
I
was
ain't know.
doing
I
that
was just-
work.
And for everybody who is in the producer game and ever recorded anything, he told everybody that Peter 𝗏𝗄 hooked everybody up with 𝐂𝐿 Pro.
Wow.
So he really got to tell it.
Yeah. That's crazy. I wonder if he told on D-Dot and them from back in the day when it was Ghost producing when he was doing that. I wonder if he told on them. Perhaps.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I have some more random news. It's music related.
please.
Before we jump into 6ix9ine, or I can bring it up later. When we bring it up later,
Can you gonna tuck
Yeah,
it? Remember?
yeah, just
All right,
remind me,
Tuck
remind
that.
me.
Let's get through this foolishness real quick. So
it's foolish too.
okay, word. So Jay Diff and I were talking about this off camera, just the concept of him actually coming home and how he will be received. This is what T.I. said on his podcast, Expeditiously, which I think is brilliant because...
That's the name of his podcast?
Yes, I think that's brilliant because who was that? Kodak Black that dissed him and called the joint Expeditiously. And he flipped that and turned it into his podcast. So, T.I. be using them big-ass words anyway. But he said, in relation to this, he said, they riding around with somebody they know done told in their hood right now because, well, he didn't tell on me. This is, obviously, I can't do T.I. voice, but he said this cat can come home and throw parties, and the party's going to be popping. He said it will be full. He said his motherfuckers that don't fuck with rats. How the hell is this party so packed? And everybody knows how Cuz came home. Everybody knows what happened. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about this, and my initial stance was, in 2019, this kid will be able to come home, kind of to what T.I. alluded to, and be somewhat cool. This was my initial stance. After I saw all these names be mentioned in court, I have now completely 100% changed my stance. There's no way this kid makes it without, protective custody or whatever. I think I saw some online.
I mean, he has to have protective custody.
What I'm saying is like living. I'm talking about living, not getting beat up. I'm talking about actually living. Like I was like, okay, fam will be able to figure out a way to record and all that type of shit. But after seeing all this, there's no way in hell. I changed my opinion.
Insert the Shannon Sharp shaking his head. No. I mean, I think we are giving. I understand that generationally, we feel like we're a lot different than the new generation, and we are.
We are.
But we're not giving them enough credit. That's how I feel.
Okay.
As far as letting some shit slide like that, nah, man. I mean, you are literally. Thank
you, sir.
Telling on everybody and everything, you stand for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's glorifying pretty much being a poser.
Yeah.
Like let's get into some shit, be a poser. Once the heat gets hot in the kitchen, I'm gonna just tell on everybody and wash it away and wipe my hands and get back to life. Nah, it's not gonna be that easy, man.
Yeah.
I do not see him being able to walk the streets freely.
Okay.
Throw any party.
Yeah.
No.
What about it from a music standpoint?
I mean,
That's my question.
He can be hiding anywhere and upload a song on the internet.
Okay.
Anybody can do that, but he's not touring shit. He's not making a club appearance. He's not making a TV show appearance.
Have to have an MF Doom type persona.
No.
Okay.
It's not happening.
All right.
If anything, he need to invest in getting all them tattoos removed. And get some plastic surgery for him to even be able to do anything, because he mess around, go to Mexico, and they won't fuck with him because shit's real out there.
I never thought about that.
They don't,
Straight up.
They don't like
Jump
rats
in,
down there either.
No, it's a known fact. Did y'all watch Power? Y'all see what happened to Proctor?
No,
that's tough.
Well, I mean that's
for
a
those
TV
of you
show.
Who watch
it,
but no. The thing is, I know this was all about criminal street shit.
Yeah.
That, I've gone out of my way to stay as far away from as possible.
And goofies like academics just continue to talk about it and promote foolishness.
He got named too, right?
I think that was fake. I thought it was real at first, but I think that was fake. But he still promote a whole bunch of bullshit.
From what I saw, because they did have like a criminal defense attorney come up to Hot 97 and kind of break down the case. Look, he got involved with something as far as the street life as an aesthetic. He was filming a video and bought a whole bunch of red flags and gave them out to people, and he was able to essentially buy his way into gang life.
Yep.
Okay. While I understand a lot of these guys that he told on were not living a quote unquote up and up life, still, without his help, these people would have been, would not be going to jail. So
that's the part.
Like his testimony has sent like 15 people to jail.
Oh,
you
good
know,
for him.
and some of them, but some of them were doing things on his behalf where like, you know, he said he paid somebody to, you know, shoot at Chief Keef or whatever, and then went and told on him because he shot at Chief Keef. I was like, this
terrible decision.
This dude wasn't even in that life, but now you tell him to do something, he does it, and you tell on him, and now he goes to prison. But since even though he wouldn't have committed any type of crime without you saying you had 30 racks on so-and-so's head, you get to go home. I just think it speaks to not only the street life, but I just think in hip-hop, we just can't let everybody in and say that they're part of the culture.
I'm so glad you said that.
You know, I just feel that this is not just about quote-unquote, you know, gangs, but like I just feel like we just, as far as a culture, we just are so, okay, yeah, come on in.
I don't even think it's a we letting people in.
How would you put it?
It's popular culture is letting this shit in.
Okay.
And this goes to speak to the youth or kids that
Youths.
I don't think are that naive to let him just walk free and be cool. I mean, I have seen some people say, well, if somebody was threatening my life and this, that, and the third.
There's a lot of that going
it.
around.
But there's always been a lot of that.
Okay.
A lot of the top gangsters went to prison or didn't go to prison for snitching. Think about it. And that's historically speaking.
Yeah.
We're just talking about something it's not as under a microscope as it used to be.
Yeah.
It's wide out in the open. So it's easier to hear different points of views at all given times. So it's not anything new as far as somebody saying that, well, if I was in this situation, I would do that.
Well, I look at it from also to his point about we talk about letting people in, or, you know, whomever that is in terms of the culture, right? We talk about that. Like,
who let them in?
What I'm saying is I looked at this kid from the jump as, because I never thought any of this was 100% legit. I knew from the outside looking in, like, okay, he's funding these dudes to get street cred or whatever. That's cool. We talked about that. But it's like, I've always looked at it as a wasted space. Like, you don't really care about the hip-hop culture, the rap culture. You really just out here, you know what I'm saying, acting a fool, doing dumb shit to get bread, and it's really affecting people that may aspire.
Like that.
It has been, but this is to the extreme, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, this is a different level of, you know, exercising fuck shit just to use hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different level, in my opinion. And I'm like, you wasting space, you wasting time and influencing a bunch of people on some bullshit. Like,
so who's to blame in that situation, though?
You have to blame the consumer for, I guess, following that, but you also have to blame the industry in terms of what you push, because we know what's pushed, that via radio, via TV, via whatever. Like, there's an agenda that's being pushed, so I think it goes both ways, because just because something is pushed, I don't think you have to follow it.
But guess what the #1 streaming source is right now?
What's that?
YouTube. So you don't have to have any kind of connection to anybody.
Right.
You make a video, put it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Consumers see that.
Yeah.
They pick it up, they eat it up. Then in turn it goes to the masses or the gatekeepers.
So you're saying after they go viral?
After the fact that it's already out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just help snowball the effect.
I mean, consumers have always driven, you know what I'm saying, the people going to tell you what's popular.
But the consumers are in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah.
You said they aren't?
They are.
They are. Okay.
Consumers are driving this whole train.
So you think it's consumers and it's not, I guess, I'll come to you, Lone, consumers versus, I guess, product placement. How people place music today. You don't think that's strategic versus...
I think it's how you said it.
Okay.
I do. I mean, I don't know what Terry feels like, but I feel like there's tiered levels. You know,
Right.
I feel like it starts off as the consumer drives it to a certain point.
Right.
Once it gets to a certain point, that's when the white hands jump in and propel stuff even higher.
That's what I think.
But
Like-
the consumers start it.
They
Because
just- okay,
nothing's
fine.
going to get to that point without consumers.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are grabbing stuff are just looking. They're just watching. They're just
Right.
watching for those things. So maybe there needs to be...
They're trying to grab the low-hanging fruit.
Maybe there needs to be more of a... I mean, this has changed in the last handful of years. Is, you know, like... There was a time in music where you couldn't just put music out and it just blow up. You know, and technology has changed that for the better, you know, or the worse, depending on how you want to look at it.
I agree.
Then there was the blog era, right? And then the gatekeepers of music would turn to blog, you know, people that blog, you know, like people like Terry and myself, and the Two Dope Boys and the Nah Rights and OK Players and whoever else, right? You know, they were literally, you had to get them on those sites. They were gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Those went away, and now the gatekeepers are whatever you want to call that term. Gatekeeper's not really the right term.
I see what you're going. I get the idea what you're talking about.
Taste makers, if you will. Yeah. That's kind of went away. So now the taste is entirely up on to whoever's listening, and even the people that are watching us. You know, like if we go in the comments on this, people automatically think they know everything off top just based upon the fact that it's the time that we're in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's no medium, you know, there's no type of quality filter to, and then it gets into the conversation. Well, what's quality? If 9 million people like something, who cares? You know, like
that.
Because at the end of the day, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Getting to the bag, because that's all that matters right now.
They are getting to the bag. And that's, we've talked about the concept of rap, you know, becoming, well, it's always been a hustle. Remember, we talked about that idea of the hustle, but now it's like, to his point, like if you go viral and you get X amount of views, you're instantly a star. Like it happens that fast.
And yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
and then the people that are going to try to come in and capitalize off of that, they know what to look for.
That's
and
what
then
I'm
they're
talking
like,
about.
all right, cool, let's grab this person real quick. So then it's come back around, and more consumers are like, well, all I got to do is do this.
Yep.
To where like even artists that are coming out and making new music now, they're not even looking at making art or rap, or especially in hip hop.
None of that matters.
They're more so looking for like, well, who can I get on my song that's going to propel me here? Or who, like, it's not about the product
at all.
It's just about, it's all about how can I get people to look at me. That's
views,
what it is.
And then when a single goes off, then let me get somebody else on the single.
Yeah.
In order to make it do more.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea of social media removing all type of numbers? All type of numbers, all type of likes, all types of...
just wiping out metrics across the board?
Not wiping out metrics, wiping out...
The visual aspect.
The visual aspect, so that people on the outside legitimately can't tell how many views something has. Is that something that you think would help her, or does it not even have any type of merit?
I think it would destroy Instagram, because that's how some people are able to determine their worth.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk about quote-unquote Instagram models.
Yeah.
Like you have these women
influencers.
You know, they're able to sell whatever and host parties and say, hey, I'm in Miami, is because they get 100,000 views or
in their Fashion Nova outfit.
Likes. You know, like some of these women, I don't even know what their voices sound like, but somehow they've made a name for themselves. So if you take that metric away, like people would cease to even, like, that's the only thing I think that really drives Instagram. Even though I feel like, you know, there's some funny stuff they do with the metrics, where, especially since they don't put things in chronological order, I'll see something come up today for a party that happened 3 days ago, or you know,
that's just a flawed system, though.
Yeah,
I mean, and when I say flawed system, I just mean flawed for the consumer.
Right.
It's not flawed for the pay model that they're going for.
Right.
But I think you have what you also would have in that instance is if you strip that away, like you talked about, from a mental standpoint and just people in general, I think you have a lot of miserable motherfuckers, because there's a lot of people that live and depend on that. Like that's the era that we're in now.
There's actually a video of one of the Instagram models crying.
See,
I think they may have started doing it in a country already. Maybe Canada.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a country that's already doing that. That's pretty much stripped the likes away, so you can't tell.
They've been
how many likes.
They've actually been testing it in different platforms.
Yeah.
So
with this girl, she made a whole video on YouTube crying and boo-hooing about how these likes are her livelihood, and
you see what I mean? And to me, that can take a dangerous turn, because you know you got people that actually are dependent on this for sanity. Like it's people that
this
really
is their validation.
Well, even with those numbers though, because you can look at it from that way to where they can't see the numbers,
right?
Or you can look at it to where now you're not the that popping chick on Instagram anymore, and your numbers start to plummet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then you feel a certain type of way about that.
Yeah.
So then you become what, a cam model now? Because your numbers on Instagram aren't popping like you want them to be. So I mean, it's going to people that deal with that or rely on that for money or whatever, it's going to deal with their psyche regardless.
I think so.
There are other issues there, in my opinion. I think it'll bring it to the surface.
You think?
But those are already there. Those issues are already there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
We talking about, like, you know, even when you talk about addiction and stuff like it's kind of what we're getting into a little bit. But like, most people aren't addicted to the thing they do. They're addicted to the feeling that causes them to be addicted to something.
Yeah, the dopamine.
That's a bar right there. That's a bar.
I would just say, you know, to any, you know, because I feel like we are the new old heads, and there's 100%. Something to that name. Like, to any young person who's looking at this whole thing go down with 𝐀𝐿 𝐢𝐃, use it as a cautionary tale. Just don't say, well, it is what it is, and look at it as some form of entertainment for you. Because honestly, at this point, you see a lot of people, because I feel like this could happen once a year. Yeah. There are people who are willing to trade their dignity, and in Tekashi's case, freedom for attention.
Yeah.
And, you know, look, think about it like this. Like, you know, create a future for yourself, like, instead of just having a past. Like, that's what I see a lot of people doing. Like, they're going to wake up and they're going to realize they have a past, you know, with the things that they've posted on social media, and they haven't invested anything in their future.
Nothing.
Well, we
selling their ass.
There's a lot of that going on out there. So
more power to them.
Yeah, more power to them, man. But that's an interesting take, man. Like, I'd be curious to see, obviously, what, you know, if they start stripping those away and it hits over here, I'd be very curious to see the responses on that.
I think it would be. I think it's an interesting thing to have for it to be viewed public. I think it still should be. You should still be able to track your analytics.
But just on the public standpoint, keep it blank.
And I know what's going to happen at that point, too. People are then going to make posts about what their private numbers look
and
like.
Screenshot those.
This is what it is.
Because they already put that in bio anyway. Every time somebody gets a page taken away, they got to tell you, I had 50-some-odd thousand subscribers
before this page was taken away. Yeah.
You know, because it's all about the numbers and the metrics.
Yeah.
They'll probably make a Black Mirror episode about it.
I'm going to do that in all my social medias right now. I'm going to be like, I was at 4 million before my account got deleted.
There you go.
Yeah. Make sure you put in there public figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's a public figure.
100%.
Yeah. On Instagram. That shit, I don't know why it irks my nerves so much when I see somebody with that in their bio.
I'm a public figure.
Because they're social. Because they're social figures. They're not really public.
I don't know.
Like I said, Jay Morris said, you know, we are the new old heads, but it is... it's been very fascinating to see. We're old enough to see, you know, the older you get, you see shifts in culture and you see how things change. Like, it's really interesting to watch how things change. Like, the conversations that we're having now, like, none of this shit would have mattered. What, 10 years? Am I going too far?
I'm going to give you an example. You know what?
MySpace kind of kicked it off, I think.
They did.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example of something. It just actually clicked a random conversation I was in on Facebook.
Okay.
So there was somebody that posted a picture of these Tommy Hilfiger outfits. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember the old Tommy Hilfiger outfits that people would buy from, like, the beauty supply?
Yeah.
Come on.
And they all looked the same. They had the little pleather, little squares. They had the Tommy Hilfiger and cursive going across it. It was like a sweatsuit.
Right.
So this particular site posted these pictures talking about, look at this drip.
Yeah.
And everybody in the comment section, you know, they had no clue.
Yeah.
Were hype about these outfits. So I'm like, are they serious?
Because
I'm looking at it like
from the gas station.
Yeah, these are the outfits that we would spot these from a mile away. These are bootleg as fuck. You know, you could not go to Ellis Ayres and buy that outfit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You better not wear
or
that.
Lazarus. You know what I'm saying? You
Shout out to Lazarus if y'all old enough.
Famous bar, Macy's.
Yeah,
depending on the region you're listening to.
Exactly. So I made a comment on the post. I'm like,
swap meet.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. I made a comment. I'm like, so these outfits are pretty much the bootleg Tommy Hilfiger, and now y'all are calling it drip.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my comment on it. everybody's liking this comment.
Yeah.
Somebody got in the comment and was like, "What do you mean by that?"
How old was said person?
That's what I'm saying. that's the disconnect.
Yeah.
These people are so young, like all through the comments, they're like, these outfits are dope. They're so. I'm like, these are bootleg outfits.
But that's the era we're in, though. Like everything is available to be. Everybody has. I mean, you know how many people have screen printing machines and stuff like that.
I'm not even talking about that. That's
but I'm
now.
saying, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
the access that we have to everything.
That's the word. Access.
People can replicate like anything.
Anything.
You know, like. I'm just saying screen printing, well, most time it's just straight heat transfer or something like that. But
the problem with this particular issue was it was the exact same bootlegs. Yeah. It wasn't because like they look different. They don't even look like the official shit. Yeah. But they were so enamored and they loved them. Mm-hmm. So I made a comment like, these are the bootleg versions of the shit that everybody wanted. So everybody that knew were commenting or liking it, and then somebody's like, well, what do you mean? So I had to explain to this young dude in the comment section what I meant by that, because he's like, well, these outfits look good to me.
Yeah, like these are the joints that was wrapped real tight in that plastic at the gas station.
The crunchy plastic.
Yeah, like it at the Wigs, like the beauty supply store. Yeah. Wrapped in that tight plastic. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they don't know that though. They're disconnected from
maybe
that.
They like
bootleg culture.
Don't do
that. Bootleg culture looks good to kids.
Come on,
at a certain age.
That 𝗏𝗲 𝗢𝗱. You know, like it's hot.
He got some Witty Hutton shirts.
Oh, and then everybody's in the comment section talking about Tommy don't like black people. I'm like, are we still having this conversation?
Hey, for the record, I was one of them dudes early until one of my guys had to pull me aside. Yeah. I was that guy early, like, nah. You know what I mean?
That shit was false as hell.
Yeah. I was one of them dudes, but the fact that the plastic joints is considered drip in 2019.
Drip, that's what they was called.
Naive.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers out there.
I mean,
we would have laughed at those.
On a well-known website, I'm not gonna give them no pub.
No, we ain't gonna do that.
But it's a well-known social site.
Come on,
that
man.
People comment on and have shits and giggles all day long.
You been in that beauty supply store trying to get? Don't do that.
You should have been on it.
And you been in that beauty store, trying to get you some Murrays and a wave cap.
I still remember what it smelled like.
Yeah, and a brush or something like that.
Your African medallion.
Yeah, you was trying to get that and just going about your business.
You know them mugs is going for $70 now.
What? The beauty supply chains?
Man.
No, African medallions.
No,
$70.
Are you serious?
How much did I used to scrape up change to get one of those?
They probably cost back then. They probably
about
cost
$8-9.
I was gonna say 10, maybe at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even had the Air Jordan ones with the leather wrapped around the metal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, about $10.
Yeah.
$70 right now.
Man. That's crazy.
Look, I remember like all that stuff. Like there were these pants called skids.
I remember those.
They were cool for like a semester, because Belle Biv DeVoe had them on one time, and
I just remember
were influencers.
A pair of skids cost about $35, but this was the '90s. $35, that was a significant spend.
Facts.
They're trying to bring those back, and they're charging like $175 for
Hype beast era.
Next will be the used and the damaged jeans.
U-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. FUBU gonna come back.
I'm ready for the big ass pants to come back.
Cavaricci's.
You looking for them?
Jankos.
Oh,
Jinko
Jinkos. Yeah.
I think those are. I think those are on their way back.
We talked about that, didn't we?
The pants.
And somebody asked you.
The legs.
You were guilty of the Jinkos.
I had a pair.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had a pair.
I had a pair.
I had a pair.
I had a pair. Here's a pair. Here's a pair.
Had a pair and a hacky sack.
Shout out to Glory. Yeah, I had a pair.
And a hacky sack.
I ain't had no hacky sack. Stop playing me, man. I ain't had no. He knows that. I ain't had no hacky sack.
You had Magic the Gathering in your pocket.
People know this.
You was ready to do battle at it.
Right. You really played me right there.
I'll meet you at the park.
Magic the Gathering. Hey, you played me right
or
there.
Some pogs.
That's funny.
You collected pogs.
Pogs.
No,
you know, I never understood pogs.
I didn't either.
Like I used to go two houses down from where I grew up. There was this dude who had a baseball, just a card shop out of his house.
Oh, okay.
And I used to go in there.
Lit.
I used to go in. I used to go in and get like grab bags of random stuff and all the time. But he always had pogs and stuff too. I just never understood what the fuck a pog was.
First of all, that was something they were just trying to make a thing.
Well, it was pretty popular.
So here's a circle piece of wood. Collect them all.
And these kids out here, man, have no idea. We showing our age now because there was a moment in time. My father, rest in peace, we used to do baseball cards, basketball cards, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they had the you get gas when you get the 4-screw glass joint.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? In the upper deck or whatever.
I still got some of those.
Yeah,
I got Larry Bird.
My dad probably. I got those FLIR joints, and it's like I used to look at the prices in the Beckett.
Oh yeah. Every month.
I used to look at the prices in the Beckett, and Michael Jordan rookie card be like 10 G's. Like I'm so unplugged from that now. I don't even know what that goes for now. You know what I'm saying?
Do people still collect cards?
I don't know. I don't even know what the market is.
Sometimes I want to buy a pack just for nostalgia reasons.
I still have all my old ones.
I do too.
Upper Deck was cold. I was an Upper Deck guy in FLIR.
Remember when Upper Deck first? Not Upper Deck. What was the one that had the Skybox?
Skybox.
Oh yeah.
When they had all the lasers and shit on there.
Oh yeah.
It was
they was stunned.
Next age basketball cards.
Yes, sir. They were stunned.
No, I remember when DJ 𝗏𝗲 came through with those Yo MTV raps.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they weren't unopened.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man.
He had a gym with those. That's a jewel right
do
there.
we really? I don't know if we really want to open these. Yeah,
we probably should.
We're gonna
I
leave
think
those
we
alone.
should find some and like do a raffle.
Yeah, you gotta be a special person to get them though.
Get you a pack of.
I wonder if they came with gum.
If
some of them did. I don't know if those did.
It's probably hard, right?
Yeah, they did. I'm cool on that gum.
Crunchy.
Turn to dust.
Straight up.
Falls apart in your mouth.
Let's pay these bills real quick. Shout out to Dr. Coleman. Brow Ripple, get your teeth is right if you're in that area. 317-255-8546. Thank you, sir.
ColemanDental.com.
ColemanDental.com. Printfinity is all well. I'm messing
Always.
That's
You
all
banging
well.
now? You banging?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
See?
We don't want no smoke. Shout out to Printfinity as well. Jay Diff is the head of that association or business, if you will. So my man is out here in these streets slanging at work, and it ain't drugs. It's good quality product.
Okay, you make it sound different. But
No bad ideas. They always lace us. We got stuff placed around here. Do I have a hat behind me? Or
They're over here.
Right over here.
So they keep us laced with the drip.
Backpacks.
There's a backpack for that as well. So shout out to them. Indie CD and vinyl. They lace us with wax for our raffles that we do. If you watch those videos as well, so we appreciate them. And then bringing down the band as always is the hub. If you want to find anything related to New Old Heads, and that's via the website, or if you go to our YouTube page, make sure you go to search Bringing Down the Band, subscribe and hit that bell, so you can rock with us and get the notifications when we drop anything. Also the Patreon / New Old Heads. We got some things going on there as well, maybe some new exclusive content that we're working on. So just stay plugged in, stay tuned with us. We're trying to grow the brand, so we appreciate everybody.
Sign up for the $2 option on our Patreon, and we'll follow you back on social media.
100%.
how about that?
Sign up for the $3 one.
Hey, what the $3? What that option get you?
You get to join our community and talk shit with us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just gonna clown you.
100%, and we will respond in the community. That's a fact. So, it goes down in there whenever you want to throw them comments out there. So, we appreciate everybody. All right, so. I'm trying to see where I want to go because we had a couple.
Talk to the man in your face.
We had some good conversations before we came on. I know we probably got about 25 good minutes or so. Let's see, Jay Diff, we talked about this. I want to throw this one out there. We talked about DaBaby's joint intro. Don't do that. That joint is cold. I like it.
The way you said that was
DaBaby's joint. I just thought about what he said. Don't do that.
Just say no, kids.
Yeah.
I'm selling weed.
So DaBaby has a record entitled Intro, where he kind of talks about it, where he talks about his family and his dad passing away and all that. And I actually said the phrase, I like that DaBaby is showing that he is human. You had a little pushback. Maybe I worded it wrong, but you know where I was coming from. Because to me,
what you added to that?
What did I add?
Because I asked you, what did you mean by that?
And what I meant was...
What you mean?
I see what you did. What I meant was simple. I don't see artists show any human side from a standpoint of just going into their life. I don't hear about people's fathers passing away. I don't hear about any of that type
You're
of shit.
gonna have to clarify that statement a little bit more.
Well, for the newer artists, how many new artists do you hear?
What's a new artist?
Newer artists like DaBaby or Lil Baby or all these guys in that era, Trippie Redd, these kids. How many of these kids talk about their life and how they were raised and how they came up? How often do you hear those references? I don't hear
mainstream popular young
mainstream
artists.
popular young artists.
All right.
So I give him peace for that. That's what I meant by showing that he's human. That's what I meant when I said that, because everything I hear is lean, fucking, and drip.
Not really,
Like,
though.
that's all I hear. I could be wrong,
And
but that's my opinion.
My point was that everything comes in waves.
Okay.
Like at any given time in hip hop music, there's always been some substance and some junk food. Every single time, all throughout history of hip hop.
Go ahead.
DaBaby is 26, 27 years old. He's damn near 30.
All right. You know how many people damn near 30 or over 30 that don't do that though?
Who?
I don't know all of them. I'm just saying, like, to me,
YBN Cordae, he's a youngster.
he doesn't count. He's different.
Why don't he?
He don't count.
You sound like Funk Flex.
He's put him on pedestal.
Yeah, he does count. He's from that generation.
But how many of those do you see?
That's like saying certain people aren't hip hop.
I mean,
just
but
because you don't like their music.
He stands out though. Like YBN Cordae stands out to me. That's just me. Like, I don't see too many.
He didn't at first.
Does DaBaby
He
now?
did at first.
No, I literally had this conversation with people on the show.
Okay.
About YBN Cordae.
Okay.
And people was just like, Then he dropped a joint, and motherfucker was like, wow. You don't remember that?
No, I remember you mentioning him.
Okay.
I do remember.
Everybody was just real dismissive about it.
I'm not gonna say dismissive, but I'm not as impressed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because you heard the YBN and the YFN and
Yeah. So I lumped him into that group. I'll give you that.
You did.
But how many people drop albums as good as he did at that age? Now, how often do we see that?
Let's see.
With that subject matter, that content,
Right now.
sequencing,
how old was
all
Kendrick
that.
when he dropped his joints?
Yeah. 'Cause
How
he's
old was
definitely-
Cole?
Well, Kendrick's
How old-
30 now.
Okay.
Cole is about 31.
He'll catch
maybe.
it eventually.
30, 31.
All right.
DaBaby's not far behind.
I didn't know DaBaby was that old, so I'm tripping.
Not far behind.
It's weird that I keep saying DaBaby is that old. Go ahead, man.
So you talking about DaBaby and what's the other baby?
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Okay.
I can't do this.
You know, this is what's crazy. When you go to like your search engines and you DaBaby that we're talking about, you have to put DA no space baby, because if you put in space baby, it's a different artist.
Yeah.
I'm just an old head, man. I'm trying to pay attention, man.
Lil
I just like
Baby
the
is
song.
newer. He's newer.
Okay.
We're just trying to save you from
In
being
age.
flex.
Yeah, I don't want to be flex.
Don't
Y'all
be
keep
flex.
Your boy on get
Because
keep me on
you
point.
and that, he's different.
Did I say it like
You
that?
did.
Oh my God, I'm a clown now. I'm sorry. I apologize. Save your boy, because I do not want to come off as corny as
That's
flex.
what made me have to get on you, because you said it like flex.
Okay, I apologize. Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
But I mean, there's other new artists, younger artists that have this same content.
Okay.
If you're just checking for the run of the mill radio poppy type shit, then you're gonna get.
But you got to know better than that.
Yeah.
So maybe I misspoke, and I should have said in terms of mainstream artists seeing someone go that route. Maybe I should have said that. So maybe I misspoke in terms of
That's fair.
quote unquote showing he's human.
Spy.
All right. So stop. Maybe I'll give you that. So I misspoke in terms of how I explained it. But
And then
y'all
the
know what
waves
I'm
are
talking
changing.
About.
So you got a lot of that, the rap that you said that you don't like. Pretty soon, it's gonna be another shift. Who knows what it's gonna be? But there's going to be another shift. And there'll always be the quote unquote substance shit.
Right.
That you fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, what I'm saying, I see what you're saying. I'm not dissing him. I'm trying to give him peace. For
No,
doing
I
that.
know.
Like,
You're
I
not.
thought it's dope.
I'm saying you're dissing everybody
You're
else.
dismissive. It makes you
It's like
dismissive of all
of
the other
everything
rest
else.
of the culture.
I just don't see it. Like,
But are
maybe
you
I-
really looking though?
Bringing
Baby,
down the band is a hub.
Don't do that. We definitely are. But maybe I'm not looking enough.
I mean, that's
And that's my
that's
fault.
literally what we've been pushing for a decade. You know, like
Right.
like we have a series called "Turn Off Your Radio." It used to
Yep.
be called "Turn Off Your Fucking Radio" for emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it was like there's lots of really really dope stuff out here if people would just get out of that. It's kind of a lazy mindset in a
I
way.
can dig it.
You know what I mean? Because
I
it's
can
like
dig it.
it's just like, well, I'm expected to hear this name, DaBaby, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
just going to associate that with. But there's so many people out here that just don't get that shine and that look that are doing exactly what you think.
I can respect that.
We just don't talk about them.
I can respect that.
And just from I'm pretty sure. I don't know because I don't know what label anybody is on anymore. It just doesn't matter.
I don't even know if that exists anymore.
Because there's probably people, his advisors around him were probably like, "Hey, we love what you did with Suge. We need another record just like that." So then he comes with this lyrically more complex record,
introspective shit
that's a great deal more personal, that doesn't have a beat that may work in the club. And I think there's some artists who would have been like, all right, yeah, I'll do a Suge too, and I'll do a Suge remix to extend, instead of even trying to move on from that song. He
already got another single out.
Yeah, so there is that pressure on artists if they have something that works initially.
Yeah,
there are people around him who's like, look, we got to keep the gravy train running.
They finally found something to work. Found something to work. Let's do it again.
Yeah,
So
because
I see local artists do that too.
Yeah,
on a local level. And,
what's the name? Said it himself. What's the Crip dude that don't rap on beat?
The Crip dude that
Blueface.
don't.
Which one?
Blueface.
Don't do that.
Said
Don't do
which
that.
one?
Don't do that long.
Damn. There's a lot of Crips that don't rap on beat.
I didn't hear Crip at first.
Okay.
You just said a dude that didn't rap on beat.
Yeah, there's.
But yeah,
Pull up
Blueface.
YouTube and type rap.
I don't know about the Crips, but there's plenty of people that don't rap on beat.
And it's
Blueface said that he knew that his sound was what it was.
Oh,
but it worked.
See, that's you.
So he kept doing it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's that I don't think that's something that I will legitimately be an old head when it becomes mainstream to not rap on beat. I can't do it. I can't nod my head to that shit. I just
look, every time I hear the second verse of Act Up by the City Girls, it drives me crazy.
It's a Miami.
I was like,
it's like Ice JJ Fish and rap version.
I was like,
I don't get it.
Nobody heard
this.
I saw.
Hold up, time out. Ice JJ Fish got a new one. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
he out here ready.
He got a new song.
Yeah,
no shit.
He's still out here.
It's like the man. It just.
I thought he was. I thought that was over with.
Music and parody. It's just it's so close. Like
I think Ice JJ Fish serious.
That's
though.
why Percy Miracles died.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
we know.
But it's
guy
just,
rested dead.
Yeah. Rest in
I want to
peace,
book Ice JJ Fish.
Why?
Because people would come see him.
Yep, I think it would pat our pockets a little bit.
Can we sit down and do an interview with him?
You can.
Okay. Absolutely.
I'll talk to him. I'll ask him to do
only if he,
like JJ's.
only if he talks in his high pitched voice.
He has to talk in that voice.
This is the crazy. You guys familiar with Turquoise Jeep?
Yeah.
Obsolete.
They came here and they just stayed in character. Yeah. Like they, like if you interviewed or talked to them, like, because clearly they're wearing like wigs and fake mustaches and stuff, but like whoever, the Turquoise Jeep, they stay in character. Even when they came to the club after that, they still stayed in character.
Ice JJ Fish probably
that's different.
Yeah.
Ice JJ Fish probably got a bachelor's in science or something like that, man. And he just out here trying to get
probably works at a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. In 2019, I don't know what the hell be going on.
Parody's so close.
No,
I'm gonna speak on the thing I was gonna talk about earlier.
Yes. Sorry about that. Sorry.
There's a new Vanilla Ice song.
Oh
no
man.
shit.
Featuring Rick Ross.
Oh, what?
He got a bag for that.
Yes.
Wow.
Who got a bag for that? Because
Rick Ross got a bag.
Who knows?
No, Rick Ross got a bag for that.
No, because Vanilla
and it's using
Ice,
the same bass line as the Queen joint.
What?
Yeah.
Did he pay him this time?
Joint?
I don't know. I'm
the one he
Under
sampled
Pressure.
for
Ice
Under
Ice
Pressure.
Baby.
Yep. Ice Ice Baby. So it's like they remade the same song but different, like kind of trappy.
It's trapped out now.
But Rick Ross is rapping on it and some other dude, and there's like a Ninja Turtle in the video.
What?
Oh wow! I haven't seen this.
Now I have to watch this as soon as
we
get
gotta.
done.
I don't know how I came across it. It was just.
This is
there.
real.
It was on YouTube. It was like, hey, if you like that,
Rick Ross in the video.
Yeah.
With the turtles.
It's like a separate scene.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
First of all,
Bring
Ice
it
Ice
back.
Baby was an extremely
It's in the movie.
big record.
It was.
The album was whack, but
this is the thing. Because the thing is, part of what made Vanilla Ice whack, I mean, there was a lot of things, but he
tell me the main
made up
thing.
he was just a nice kid, who liked to rap and dance, But then they made up a whole story for him. Like he won all these motocross championships. And he went to school with Luke Skywalker.
Come on, man.
They was making like he was all in the hood.
See, he was the reverse Tekashi.
He was reverse Tekashi 6ix9ine. Okay.
And
he had ballads on that album too.
The thing is, the music on To the Extreme
I never
wasn't
seen that movie.
any worse than a lot of stuff that we liked at the time.
Okay.
It was just the fact that he came off as such a poser. Had he just been himself, we probably would have let it go. I think also it's because he got so hot so fast.
Yeah.
Real fast.
It was like,
he was the answer to MC Hammer.
Yeah, they was like, hey, let's see if we can do what MC Hammer did, but just put it in
he had
a white package.
But he milked the hell out that Ice Ice Baby though.
He still performs that all over the world.
And now he's got a remix.
Yeah,
he's still getting paid off that song.
I believe that. But
he sold 11 million albums.
Unless Suge took his publishing for it.
Hey, look here. That sample though, you talk about.
Remember when he had the interview when he was saying, well, it's not actually the same song. That one says dun 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 dun, and mine says dun 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 dun. Fool, it's the same motherfucking song.
We know we can hear the bass.
Yeah.
Yo,
so
man,
he went back and paid for that too, but
I had to pull up the track list because he had a trash ass ballad on that album.
It was called. I remember it was called "Because I Love You."
Is that what it was?
It was with. It was with. And you know who were the backup singers on that?
Who was that, man?
I will tell you.
Let me pull this up.
It was a group called Riff, and Riff. If you do your history, they were.
I'm with you on that one.
They were the dude. They were the dudes who sang "Fair East Side" in.
What?
With Steel.
Yeah, with not Steel wasn't in the movie, but they sang.
Steel was in Juice, brother.
Yeah, but he was in the movie.
No, but the guy singing in "Lean on Me" actually got a record contract with SBK Records, which was Vanilla Ice's label.
Mm-hmm. And I remember they had a song in a video that came on BET at one point in time.
If You're Serious. I had that album.
There you go. You probably got a vault of recorded video soul tapes.
I wish I did. I used to record so much off of like BET and MTV back in the day. Like I would record interviews and stuff and all the award shows.
So here's the track list for the album. Ice Ice Baby popped it off. Play that funky music. White boy. Hooked. Satisfaction. I Love You is the ballad I think that was trash. Dancing.
I just told you that.
Did you call I Love You?
Yes.
I'm getting old.
You think I don't remember this stuff?
You really do. I see. Dancing.
You agree with him too.
Dancing. They chopped it. I know this. Go Ill. It's a Party. Ice Cold and Rasta Man.
Man, that's a classic album.
Yeah. I feel like Rasta Man was some Culture Vulture type shit, but I can't remember.
I thought he had a song called "Stop That Train."
He had like 2 dreadlocks.
Probably 2. He had on some hammer pants and a American flag type top. You know what I'm talking about? On the
but
cover.
his run lasted about as long as what did I say that those pants skids lasted? Because like once it was over, it was over. But
his next album got like.
I bet his reunion tours will do well.
No question.
I bet it will. He'll probably go on tour with like New Kids on the Block because they still pull in. They still can tour a stadium.
Man, they're getting them 40-year-old white women.
No, yeah. He ain't lying.
He's not lying. He's not lying at all.
Nah,
I'm with you.
I'm not laughing.
100%. He's not lying.
No.
Yeah, they probably sell out.
No, they were just here with like Salt and Pepper and
they here like every
Naughty
year.
by Nature.
Oh yeah, they go to 𝗏𝗄 Center
the
too.
Big
or
boys.
whatever it's called.
They tour the Big Boy Stadium.
Yeah.
Still.
And out here eating.
Yep.
I would watch
in the
Salt and
cornfields.
Pepper.
And they always end up pulling Nelly. How does Nelly keep getting pulled in all these weird ass tours?
I saw Nelly performing at a damn race.
Nelly about his
he was at the country joint for the Brickyard.
Yeah.
Nelly performed at the country show.
That's where the money is.
Yeah.
He has a song called Country Grammar. He is country, right?
Yeah. Stupid.
Country Grammar changed some things, man.
Got him a diamond plaque.
Hey, that country grammar
rap tunes.
was gangster though. Sorry.
I hated
now
that
Sweat and
song.
Suit. Now he lost me around there, but Country Grammar was you can't tell the story of hip hop without Country Grammar.
It's revolutionary.
Longevity.
It was revolutionary.
Stop hating, man.
Fucking sucked though.
That album.
I hated that shit, man.
Country Grammar?
I did
Really?
not like it.
I thought it was an alright album.
I think part of it too is where I grew up. So let me give a little bit of background.
Talk that talk.
Everybody fucking played that song all the time, and people were trying to be cool to that goddamn album.
Sean,
and
I'm
song.
from St. Louis.
He ain't lying.
I know you are.
He ain't lying.
Exhibit A, St. Louis jersey.
It's like
Talk about
Jesus.
hearing it all the time.
Yeah.
He's not lying though.
But the thing
Lone's
is,
not lying.
but the thing is like that's in St. Louis. You know, that's where he's from, right?
We shouted out
we
Indiana.
different.
We
Like, it's
expect y'all to rock
He
with
shouted out Indiana in the song.
That's neat. He's
His
not
number
from
one.
Indiana.
He's not.
said
But
that's
being
neat.
from Indiana at that point in time, that was
Man.
big.
Yeah, I guess.
over to Indiana, Chi-Town. Hey man, I'm just saying, man. When we talk about albums, monumental albums
It's there.
in rap,
I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying I don't. That's a perfect example of an album and an artist that I probably don't like because of the fans.
I believe that. That's how I am with Dipset.
You can't bring up
And it sucks.
BT Uncut without talking about
100%.
For sure.
without talking about what song?
And
Is
the
it
credit
Tip Drill,
card,
right?
Tip Drill, yeah.
Tip Drill,
Well, you know, I think, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people
or
do
what
not
that thing smell like.
do.
Or Mighty Casey's.
Shout out to Indiana for what that thing
Yeah.
smelled like.
Come on, man. Ball State University, we see you. I ain't gonna name no names, but I know those gentlemen. Go ahead.
No, I just there was a thing is this was coming off of like a really super hard part of when hip hop everybody had to have damn near a criminal background and you know, and then here comes this happy song. It really is about some gangster shit.
It is.
But
If you really listen to it,
but at the same time, it was like, oh, we can go back to having a little fun with this.
We can
Right?
dance.
People can be who they are. They don't have to use their criminal history as a prerequisite to get a record
hey,
contract.
this album was big, man.
And so I think that's when, honestly, I think for better or for worse, without Nelly, when it wasn't seen as such a terrible thing to get on the pop charts, without Nelly, there's no Drake, there's almost no situation where it'd be like, oh yeah, well if you like that, let's go over here,
Hey, he was definitely revolutionary.
you know. So
And Murphy Lee could actually rap for the record.
I like
He was
Murphy Lee.
nice. He got a one of
Murphy
them
Lee
BET
can rap.
YouTube.
oh yeah,
specials.
whatever. Why? And the thing is, they got one on basically every St. Louis rapper who's not Nelly. They got one for Jake. I was like, damn, why y'all coming to
Yeah,
St.
they
Louis?
do got one for Jay
And they just put out one for Chingy. I'm like, damn, are we
What the hell
just the
happened?
city of whatever happened to's?
What the hell happened to my man? Slow down. What happened to him?
Oh, I'll
Man,
tell
he
you.
didn't have a real job.
First of
Nah,
all,
but they-
he started wanting more money,
For what?
and he was just
Spraying silly spray.
and he was basically, and he felt like he wasn't being acknowledged enough. I'm like, fam,
He was the mascot, bro.
Man,
Right?
get out.
you was
That's what we thought.
living the 5-star life, and you didn't even do nothing.
With
And
a
you got the
hat.
nerve to talk shit about Nelly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really dope St. Louis artists though. So there's
True.
that.
But you had a Michael Myers mask on out here eating, and you was mad. I don't understand. What's
But
going
St.
you
Louis
know,
was getting on
but-
out every which way. Remember the dude? What was his name? Pretty Ricky.
Pretty
It was a dude named Pretty Ricky.
Willie. No, his name was Pretty Willie.
Pretty Willie. Yeah.
Pretty
See,
Willie,
you know.
okay.
Yeah, trust me. I know my St. Louis artists, but
Pretty Willie.
shout out to
Yeah.
those shout out to Rockwell
Yeah.
Knuckles. Shout out to Tef
Sure.
Poe, definitely.
Yeah.
Black Spade.
Yeah, man.
You know, shouts to 𝐀𝐿𝐿
Yeah, man.
Man.
So,
Mastermind. There's a
so,
whole
so
whole
shout
bunch
out
of
to
love.
a
He
lot
got
of
his
those,
own shoe and shit.
He does. He's
yeah.
got a Dr. Scholl's joint.
so
Good
shout
for
out to
him.
all those St. Louis artists who really put it down.
Pretty Willie, what they called him.
Pretty Willie. Nah,
Now he
country
does
country
like
grammar
gospel
hit.
stuff now.
Do he?
Well, sometimes when the devil ain't paying, you got to go see what God is
Wow.
talking about.
Holler at Mace. He tell you all about it.
Mason's out here.
I shouldn't have said that.
Had a
He's
whole
good dude.
congregation.
How big was the congregation?
Big. Giving donations every Sunday.
Fam came back on some welcome back.
Man, he
Threw
came
the
back.
church to the side. Was
Man.
like, fuck it, I'm
And
back.
then signed with
came-
tried to sign with G Unit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, if you don't sit
What
your
does
ass
50
down,
Cent have that God doesn't?
Man.
he got a. I ain't
A
gonna
wife
leave that
beater
alone.
with the little straps.
Mason's on some bullshit.
He was on some straight
we
bullshit.
keep
He was just going through a process. He just didn't,
Nah.
Man,
he had
was-
them demons calling him. He tried to get away from them.
I just I can imagine attending Mace's church.
I
what that
can.
was like.
I
Y'all
can.
think he wore shiny suits on Sunday?
No. Like at one point, he seemed really serious about it.
Yeah.
He had a brief moment where he was like,
He wrote a book and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
him and
But I was-
Kanye they
Don't-
could collab, right?
I ain't gonna
Well, that
do-
was Kanye's favorite rapper.
There's a
There we
Jesus
go.
Walks remix out there with Mace on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye tell you.
Kanye's album's coming out soon, so
I think it might be this weekend.
Is that it?
Yeah, we'll see.
Might be.
Oh man, we're gonna see.
You gonna see, man.
Have one of
Don't
those
count him out
episodes.
just yet.
Hey man, I stay out of grown folks' business. All right,
I can't tell.
Let's see. Is there anything I missed?
Kinds.
Is there anything I missed? We got about 30 seconds. Is there anything I missed before we get out of here?
Water's wet.
Okay.
Sky's blue. Yeah.
Sky's blue. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's going to do it for episode 152. Longevity, DJ Jay Diff, Jay Moore. I am Major 7th. Again, make sure you go to YouTube. Search for bringingdowntheband.com or Bringing Down the Band. Subscribe. Hit that bell for the notifications. We appreciate everyone as always that's rock with us, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
See ya. Holla back.